is Canceling Nasser.
And I'm Ahel Salim Nasser.
And we have a blog named the Ahel Can blog. And today we're here to interview Mr. Kamyar Rockney, who is a great art designer and he's a pretty kind man. So now let's go. I think it's time.
As a fashion designer, what do you think of my personal style?
Well, at the moment you're doing very well. I really like your trousers. It's a really nice yellow mango color, and I especially like your socks. But what do you really like wearing? What's your favorite outfit?
This.
This? Right now? It's good to live in the moment.
Actually, how will I know what to be when I grow up?
Well, you know, as you grow older, or even sometimes from a young age, you will have things that you're interested in. What are you interested in? What do you like to do? And you always have to be creative and look at the world around you and always be interested. So if you approach life from a point of view where you are curious about everything around you, it'll fall into place, and one day you'll know exactly what you want to do. And sometimes in the beginning we don't know what we want to do, but eventually I think I have a feeling you'll get there.
By the way, what's the difference in style and fashion?
You know, fashion is something that keeps changing. You know, one day it's something and one day it's something else. But style is a permanent thing, and everybody has their own style. Like, for example, it's not just about clothes. You're in my house, you're in my room, that's also a particular style. So it's the kind of person you are. Style is a representation of your values and who you are as a person. And fashion is something that you put on yourself when it comes and goes. So I give much more importance to style, because without true style, there is no elegance. You can be a slave to fashion, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be stylish.
Who invented fashion shows? And have you ever done one?
There's a very famous French designer. His name is Paul Poiret. And I think he is maybe one of the first people who did invent fashion shows. I'm not sure, but this is something that you could research and put in your thing. But I think it was Paul Poiret. Yes, I have done many fashion shows. I just did one 2 months ago, and I'm working on one towards March. You know, I have done many fashion shows. I'm always working on something.
Are you the only one living in this house?
I am indeed the only one who lives in this house. When I got my first job and started making my own money, I told my mother that I loved her very much, and I told my family that I loved them very much, but I told them that in order to be a real man, you've got to live in your own house, because that's the only way you learn how to be independent and responsible. So it's been 20 years, I've been living on my own in different houses, but I like to be a man who is in charge of my own life.
So what about the lower part of your house?
That's my very sweet landlady. She made this house to rent out to somebody, and she's just a very nice lady, and I rent it from her. I've got 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, and it's enough for me.
Did you choose to be a fashion designer for the sake of money?
Absolutely not. I chose to be a fashion designer because I didn't know what else to do. At the end of the day, the most important thing to me is creative fulfillment and being happy doing something that I love doing. Money is a byproduct, and you know, you have to have a healthy attitude towards money, because how much is enough? You know, you can be really comfortable on a certain amount of money, but the desire to want more is not necessarily a healthy thing. So yeah, no, money was never a factor, but I did want recognition. I wanted people to wear my clothes. I became a fashion designer because I wanted to make people wear my clothes.
The clothes you wear, are they also made by you?
Sometimes not. I made this shirt, but not this jacket.
So who is this and who is she holding?
That very cute baby, if I do say so myself, is me. And that is my nani, my grandmother, who's one of my most favorite people. This is my brother, and this is my parents when they got married, not mad. Well, they're quite mad. And that's me and my best friend Maliha. And this is my grandfather. That's me, looking a bit fat and bald. And this is all of my cousins. This is my cousin Tia, my cousin Kamil, my brother Mazi, my cousin Maha, that's me, and my cousin Fahad. And these are my three best friends from school. And that is Auntie Zareen, who was a lovely lady who lived in Lahore and sadly passed away.
Since when?
I think it's been a few years. And everybody who lives in Lahore knows Auntie Zareen. She was a real life force.
And was she a relative?
No, she wasn't a relative. She was just a great friend and somebody who always supported and encouraged me when I was a young designer. And I loved her very much. And she was just, just one of those people. Sometimes you make friends in life who don't really have to be your age. You can be friends with anyone.
Sir, will I become rich if I become a fashion designer?
You never know if you're going to become rich. There are many different things that should be important to you in life. But is becoming rich the main aim of your life? What is the main aim? I think the main aim is to be successful. And to be successful is a balance of creative fulfillment, being happy with what you do, and of course a little bit of money. So of course you can become rich doing anything that you want to do, provided that you are very hardworking and too good at what you do. But being rich is, at the end of the day, should not be your main goal. Your main goal should be to live your life the way you want to live and express yourself and be happy.
So, how did you end up when you started fashion designing? And when you started it, were you already into it that, did you get an idea now that I've done this show, I've done this experience, so if I continue my career, I might end into a good ending?
You're making me sound a lot more intelligent than I actually am. When I was that young, I wasn't even thinking of things like that. I was just putting one foot in front of the other, but all I knew was that this was something that I was good at, and this was something that I knew how to do. I didn't want to be a banker. I didn't want to work in an office. I didn't want anyone telling me what to do. I wanted to create.
Sir, why don't you design clothes for children?
I haven't had the opportunity, but lucky for you and lucky for your brother, recently I have had an opportunity. I'm working for a big brand called Sapphire, and we're starting a children's line, and I have just started designing for children. But your mother has been forcing me to design clothes for you for a very young age, so I have the only children, in fact, some of the only children that I've ever designed for.
Now, I've heard a lot of people and a lot of ability, so is there anyone who was, just like Bill Gates, he's pretty famous and all, a lot of other people for the wealth of money. But we're not talking about money, but I'm just saying, was there any fashion designer in history who,
Inspired me? Yes, of
inspired
course.
you? And also he went a lot away and he's still famous and the whole world knows that.
Well, sadly, he's no longer in this world, but his label still lives on. But his name is Yves Saint Laurent. He's a French designer, and he was from Algeria. And he is one of the most influential designers in the world, and he's one of my biggest inspirations. He created many things which nowadays we take completely for granted. He was one of the first people to put women in trousers. He was one of the first people to create the safari look. He was one of the first people to create ready-to-wear. He was one of the first people who brought youth culture into high fashion. He was is my idol and my main genius. So out of all the designers in the world, he's the one that I look up to. In fact, if you look there's an Yves Saint Laurent book. So some aspect of Yves Saint Laurent is always in my life. He's very much a part of my work, his sense of color, and just everything about him. I really admire him.
So, a lot of people I've met a lot of people in this world, and I've interviewed, because this blog of mine is new, I've interviewed tons of people too.
Right.
But none of them ever mentioned that fashion designing was so important as a job. So what do you think is fashion designing? What would you recommend on a scale of 1 to 10 for fashion design?
You know, you can't put a quantity on something like that, but I'll tell you one thing. If you are true to yourself and if you follow your dream and if you do what you're really good at, you have more chances of being a success in this world. Gone are the days when, you should be a doctor, you should be an engineer. The world has changed. You could be a sportsman, you could be, you could write code, you could be an equestrian, you could play polo, you can do anything. As long as you have a desire to excel at what you do. The thing is, whatever you do, do it well. And there's no job that you cannot be successful at if you don't do it well. There are no rules anymore. It's 2018 and the world is moving in a really different direction. So do anything you want.
And can you tell me the history about your passion and all about how, and can you tell me the history of you becoming a fashion designer?
Okay, so I went to school in Sadi Public School in Bahawalpur. So Bahawalpur was a small town. And in some ways, when you grow up in a small town, it can be really good for you because you have a lot of time alone. So when you're alone, you have to entertain yourself and you have to be creative. So as a result, we were always taught to express ourselves and always amuse ourselves. So I was used to being creative, and then I came to Lahore in 1993 after I did my O-levels to do my A-levels. And that's when I sort of got the taste of big city life. And by the time I graduated from Lagas, where I went to school, the Pakistan School of Fashion Design had started in Pakistan. So it was kind of a perfect fit and I immediately joined it. And 4 years later, when I graduated, I was in business. And in fact, it was your mother who was one of the first people to interview me ever. And at that time, Pakistan had really opened up and people like your mother had just become editors of magazines and everybody was interested in young people. So it was kind of, in some ways, very easy to get attention. So from a very early age, from the beginning of my career, I've been really lucky that, A, I'm not so bad, and 2, the timing was good.
Well, I've just done a recent fashion show by Hopscotch.
Yes, they're my really good friends, Haris and Romana. How was that?
It was pretty nice. It was pretty fun in the backstage, especially. I really liked it. Those things.
We love hopscotch. Art hopscotch.
And these are the plans for the fashion show.
You look good. You look
So,
good.
how do you think if I would be a model? How do you think I would be ending up in my career?
As a model? Well, I'll tell you something. Modeling is not a very easy job. It's a very short-term job. It is based on being very young. So you can't base your whole life on it. But if you like to show off a little bit and have a good time, I think you could be a model. But we'll have to wait and see how tall you grow.
Well, my height's pretty good because we started homeopathic, so...
Yeah. So, and are you a sports person as well? Do you swim?
Yes, with the help of my mom. I've been best swimmer. Well, not just here.
Excellent. Then you're going to grow very tall and you'll develop nice wings, which is good for modeling.
Well, football is not my sport, but I do horse riding.
Nice. That's very nice.
Horse riding is I've loved horses since I was a child, and I started horse riding since I was
Same here.
5.5.
My grandfather used to have a stud farm, so I grew up on a farm and we used to have a lot of horses when I was little.
How did you want to become a fashion designer?
I really don't know the answer to that, but I was always very interested in art. In my family, everybody paints and draws, and it was a really creative environment. And from a very early age, I liked clothes. I was one of those crazy kids who liked to play with Barbies, and I liked to knit, I liked to sew, so I was always making something with my hands, and that just automatically went towards fashion.
You have your own brand. You don't have to stay in Lahore.
Well, my main operations and business is from Lahore. I would love it if I spent half the time in New York and half the time in Lahore, but I'm trying to work on that.
There was a boy who was running cross country, and by the way, I was running cross country.
Okay.
and a boy pushed me.
Pushed you.
Yeah.
So he was
Cross
cheating.
country
Cross country,
is
he
a
gave you a
huge
dhikka.
race. And like we have to run all over our school. It's a
Right.
We were on our horse riding patch.
So, as a fashion designer, have your cousins and your sisters all been interested in fashion?
Yes, absolutely. Right now, I work with my cousin Tia, and she's a partner in my business. And my cousin Rehan has worked with me for many years, so he's interested in fashion. A lot of the paintings that you see in this room were made by my mother and my uncle. So they went to the NCA, so they went to art school. A lot of the furniture that you see in this room was made by my aunt Nina, who makes furniture. So I truly come from a creative family. In fact, one of my cousins writes books, one of them makes furniture, one is in advertisement, a lot of them in fashion and art. So it's the gene that we are strong at.
Our mom also wants us to be like us.
Your mom is a great mom. She's getting you to do lots of different things. That's the thing. As I said to you earlier, you should always explore everything in life. In this day and age, there's no one thing that you have to be. You can be many different things.
That's it. Often people say that if you focus on everything, you can do none.
You know what? These kind of statements are old cliches and they depend on the time and it depends on the person. And you always take them with a pinch of salt. Some people are jack of all trades and master of none. That is what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah,
But-
one of my teachers once said that listen, Gyan, doing so many sports. Now, if you do all, you're going to be jack of all and master of none.
So, but the thing is that you've tried them, right? So
I've
what
tried
you-
them and I've been very successful.
If you're successful at all of them, then you should do all of them. But at some point, you yourself will realize if you learn how to trust your instincts, always learn to think for yourself. And if you feel like this is not working for me, then let it go. But you can never decide if something is not working for you if you've never tried it. So you have to try it.
By the way, it was very nice to meet you.
It was really nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming over.
Great speaking with you and really like your place, and it was really good talking to you about fashion.
Thanks for
Let
coming
me
over.
tell you, I'm the most one in our family who's going clothes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep a lookout for you. Thanks guys for coming over. Thank you for watching. These two are very cool. They have a YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and see you next time.